Good morning, day 19 of the Wildlife Lockdown Diaries, and today I want to talk to you about a real marine hazard, something called ghost gear. Ghost gear is basically discarded fishing gear. It can either come loose out at sea in a storm, it could get damaged by ships and come loose, it could be cut and discarded by fishermen, and it ends up in the sea. And what happens is when this discarded fishing gear and pots end up in the sea, they float around and they trap fish and crabs and all sorts of marine life. And basically how that works is that then becomes bait to attract other marine life, and it also builds up and gets bigger and bigger. It collects more ghost gear all the time, and it can be a hazard, and it will just kill whatever gets trapped in it, and it will go on to kill for the rest of its life until someone picks it up. It gets really lodged. I've got a load down here all stuck in the rocks. It's absolutely massive, all ropes, you see that? And I cannot clear it. It's stuck there. But this doesn't pose too much of a problem to marine life, it seems. But last night, so Thursday night, I got called out to try and help someone who had found some ghost gear. There's a very good project that runs in Thanet called the Thanet Coast Project. I mean, one of the most unique things about Thanet is our coastline. It's a real unique special coastline, the longest continuous stretch of chalk in Britain. I think it's 20% of Europe's chalk. It's a special coastline and we really need to look after it, and unfortunately it's not that well looked after in my opinion. It's just decent volunteers and naturalists like myself that do what we can, and the Thanet Coast Project has a group of volunteers and they survey the wildlife on the coast and any disturbances. It's vital information. What's more important than our planet? Nothing really. And anyway, someone who is pretty much in charge of the Thanet Coast Project found this ghost gear in Ramsgate. It had so much stuff trapped in it, and I went down to help. It was a little bit awkward helping. We had to do it in shifts because of the 2-metre social distancing rule. So he would cut a load free, then I would cut a load free. We rescued about 60 crabs and then took the ghost gear off the beach. Here's a little clip of it. So here's what we found in Ramsgate, a great big bundle of discarded fishing line and rope, even a boat anchor. It was full of dying marine life. It was a race against time with the sun setting in the background. Tony done a shift, then I done a shift. As you can see, it's full of crabs and dead fish and all sorts of poor, tortured marine life getting bundled and tightened up over time. A lot of the crabs were missing limbs. This was a large edible crab, so called because the tip of their shell looks like a pie crust. These have a really sharp pinch when you're trying to free them. You can see all the fishing line trapped around its limbs. Ghost gear is catching, killing and torturing marine life all over the world. Here in the UK we have the British Divers Marine Life Rescue, who often have to deal with this kind of stuff. So hey, that was pretty sad, wasn't it? And that's going on everywhere. We've got to keep on top of it. If you see anything like that, at the very least try and report it, either to us here at Wildlife Conservation in Thanet, or maybe to the Thanet Coast Project on Facebook. Check out the Thanet Coast Project. They do brilliant things looking after one of the most special things in Thanet, our coastline. I normally carry a little penknife with me and I try and deal with stuff like that on the spot, but ghost gear can get very heavy and you often need help to clear it. So yeah, if you see it, think about it. That's going to go on killing, and try and help it out. And I'll leave you with a video of a little shore crab I've just picked up.